Found footage horror has been around for quite a long time, most notably coming into the spotlight with the Blair Witch Project in 1999, but dating all the way back to 1980's Cannibal Holocaust. It's easy to feel nothing new could possibly be under the sun in the genre, but somehow exciting and unique entries seem to keep being cranked out by mostly indie, moderately budgeted creators. Enter Mind, Body, Spirit, a fresh release from just a few days ago about an aspiring yoga influencer who inherits her estranged grandmother's home and finds an old ritual in a secret room and, in an effort to connect with her heritage, decides to document the 30-day ritual for her channel. You may be able to foresee that being a bad idea. I was pretty excited about this one for a few reasons. One, it seemed relatively unknown, which for me specifically is exciting because I like covering things which aren't being covered by everyone else. Two, the idea of following a familial ritual in a horror movie isn't exactly new, but the setting of a yoga influencer is fairly unique, so once again, exciting. Finally, it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes when I watched it, which is a site I think gets a lot of things wrong, but 100% is super rare, so I had to see what was going on there. I spent the $6 on Apple TV because that's the only place you can get it, and it's started out very promisingly, which isn't exactly a promising way to start a review. Yes, I wasn't deeply impressed, but why I wasn't impressed is really frustrating. The most important question found footage horror films have to answer is why the protagonist or protagonists keep filming. There has to be a good reason, and in Mind, Body, Spirit, there is a good reason. Anya is an influencer documenting a ritual. What doesn't make sense is the camera work. Anya is the only person in the house, and she uses a tripod, easy low-budget found footage stuff. So why the f*** does the camera move to catch her every action in a cinematic way when otherwise she would have moved out of frame? Why, when she's meditating and her eyes closed, does the camera spin around in a circle to show creepy things happening in the various hallways to the side and behind the tripod? Since when are the spirits interested in cinematography and art direction? So, Mind, Body, Spirit did a stellar job explaining why the camera is rolling, but then they just handed it to the ghosts and were like, you got this, right? The immersion-breaking aspects of this were a lot more powerful than I thought they could be. Found footage has always taken liberties in making sure the action is mostly in frame. The camera is the thing with the light, they need the night vision, in a few cases the camera is the only thing they had resembling a weapon. They didn't even try in this film, and it spoiled what could have been a truly unique experience. Now, if you know me, I don't end on the negative. There are almost always good things, even in disappointing films, so here they are. The acting is very compelling, and one scene in particular between Anya and another social media influencer actually made me go, while I don't agree with how it was shot, if you ignore the glaring camera work problems and one weirdly janky bit of CGI, it's a good story to watch. The lead is the only person on screen for the overwhelming majority of the runtime, and that's a heavy cross to bear, but Anya's actress, Sarah J. Bartholomew, carries it well. After watching Mind, Body, Spirit, I looked up her filmography, and it looks like she's exclusively done horror films for at least a few years, none of which I've seen. It says something that even though I didn't like this movie so much, I've added her others to my watch list because I think she did a great job in it. So, is Mind, Body, Spirit worth a $6 rental? I don't think so, but if you're super into found footage, keep an eye out for it to go down in price or possibly come to another streaming service. The only place it's available to buy or rent is on Apple TV, but I can't find any indication that it's an Apple original, so it will possibly come to other platforms eventually. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyable. I'm Smokey Lyle, this is Horror and Cats, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. 2, the idea of following a familial... There has to be a reason, and in Anya? The acting is very compelling, and in one scene in particular between Anya and another... Anya? What? Anya, Instagram. The acting is very compelling, and one scene in particular between Anya face.